goodness gracious. We got rains all day yesterday, all day in the afternoon, in the evening. Oh my goodness gracious, we're so grateful. Oh, Mama, I'm gonna need the dust. Oh, magnificently lovely. I was just pondering how I officially, as of September, will be holding 10 on my branch. 4 tribes: Native American, Choctaw, Chickasaw, Cherokee, and Quapaw. And I am the eldest matriarch on my branch. And I hold 10 children and grandchildren. Oh my goodness gracious, at this age, what a blessing. I am so grateful. There's something to holding 10. Anyways, I wanted to tell you guys while I'm driving, I had my 4th mountain lion encounter a handful of days ago. I was hiking what I thought to be 7.2 miles that ended up being well over 9 miles. And I decided not to follow the crowd and the hordes of people on the main trail. Well, I found out why there were crowds of people and hordes of people on that particular trail at that particular time at 10 a.m. And that's because the whole side of the mountain is switchback staircases. And, zigzag, on the mountain that goes from the parking lot is at the top of the mountain. And all this stuff was at the bottom of the mountain, as far as the beginning of the waterfall tour. And when I was at North Falls, I discovered that I had gone the opposite way. And I went the bottom, the lower half of the circle first, and then doubled back and did the top half of the circle. And when I got to the second to the last waterfall, and I was like, okay, I haven't gotten to South Falls yet. I need to get to South Falls because then I know I'm getting close. And I saw this bench, and I was like, the first half of the hike was barefoot, which some ladies were crossing my path on the trail, and they were like, wow, you do that barefoot? We should have thought of that. Oh, that's great. We should take our shoes off. And anyways, I think they put their shoes back on after about 10 or 12 steps. But the top half, I needed to put my shoes back on. My feet and legs were tired. I had exercised muscles that I forgot I had. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to stretch my back on that, straight wood board bench. And I laid back on it and crack. And as soon as I sat up and I start fidgeting with my phone because it was well after dusk, and I needed to put my flashlight on, and my Apple needed charge, so I just had like a little bit of juice left on that Android, and I was, starting to feel like a little uncomfortable because there wasn't maps, there was really small signs, and they weren't the easiest to read. Anyways, so when I sit up from adjusting my back, I felt this warm breathing on my neck. And then at the same time, the biggest, deepest, I don't, it's a challenge. challenge for me to even articulate it. But it was the deepest, biggest purring growl that you'd ever hear. I mean, it vibrated every chakra in my being, and was like a huge purr of a big cat times infinity. The purr was so deep, and it wasn't like I'm going to annihilate you growl. It wasn't fierce mode. It was, hey, how you doing? And she was sitting right beside me, literally. I don't know how long she had been tracking me. I'm sure for at least 2 or 3 waterfalls, because that's when it got dusk. And my previous mountain lion encounter, the second mountain lion encounter happened to be right at dusk with the biggest male mountain lion you'd ever see. So immediately I took a deep breath. I mean, instantly my heart started racing, and I had to take a breath and calm my heart instantly. And I honed in on her, and I said, I'm so sorry what they did to your baby, because at the beginning of the journey, I was like, wow, a state park that has sells latte breves. They have a cafe. They have a little store. Well, in the store, in the window of their souvenir shop, tourist store, was a stuffed baby mountain lion. They were trying to say it was 3 years old, and it couldn't have been more than 6 months. It was a baby. It was absolutely unacceptable by any law of nature. That mountain lion and her family were there way before it was made into a state park for generations. It's her land. Anyways, don't even get me started on that. We'll go another direction. Anyways, so I start walking up back on the path, and I'm like, okay, I've got to get to the car. And I was absolutely sore at this point. My body ached. And there was South Falls. Yay! And it was absolutely magnificent. I really love the way it is. I just love it. It was amazing and magnificent. Oh my goodness. Absolutely fantastic. South Falls was just absolutely amazing, magnificent, miraculously fantastic. And then I look, and there starts the steps. I'm at the base of the steps, and they were pretty steep. Not too bad if you were going down the mountain on them, but I was going up the mountain on them. And I get to a few flights of stairs and have to take a breath and go to a different channel. And it was like, I felt like the little engine that could. I think I can. Finally, I reached the top, and I'm really not sure of how much of a hike I have before I get to the lot, because, I had taken a different path than everyone else. And there was one other vehicle in the parking lot, and that parking lot was huge and packed, both of them, when I went in there. When I arrived around 10 and started my journey at 11:11, I look at the time, and holy cat's-olly, it is 10 p.m. at night, after 10. And I had been doing this song and dance for 11 hours. Holy cat's-olly. So my blood sugar's low, and I had completed my water bottle a few waterfalls prior, and called to the state parks guy and told him about the mountain.